Thunder Brewing Supply. Today we're going to talk about our new induction cooktop. As you can see, it's stainless steel. It's got what's called a wall bumper here, give you a little more surface space. It's all stainless, ceramic glass. It has a couple of fans to keep it cool on the inside, hot on the... Actually, this only heats up because the pot gets hot. Induction heating is a magnetic reaction between a copper coil underneath the ceramic glass here and a ferromagnetic pot. You have to use a magnetic pot, a stainless pot. And just luckily our heavy-duty pro-quality stainless kettles work great for induction. This thing is 1800 watts, which is about as far as you can go with a regular plug and a regular 210 outlet, or excuse me, 110 outlet. So you just plug it in. You want to plug it into a ground fault circuit interrupter GFCI outlet. Those are the outlets that have two little buttons and a light, typically test and reset. And what that does is if you have any kind of a water issue, you overflow, you spill, somehow you get water into the unit, which is going to be a challenge because there's no openings except on the bottom. But just in case, or somehow you splatter water onto the plug, who knows, plug it into a GFCI. So, I'm going to plug it into a GFCI. And here we go. We're going to power up. You can see it comes on at 1200 watts. You can run it up to 14, 16, 18, or back down. Fan comes on when it's on. Nice thing about this is it's got a timer. So you can set the timer, and I believe it goes up to 90 minutes. No, it probably goes up more than 90 minutes. So it does. It keeps going. So 170 minutes, that's more than you would ever need. Here's the thing about this 1800 watt unit. And here's this is my personal 10-gallon kettle that I use, and I've cooked a number of brew in a bag batches on this. My tap water here in Colorado comes out at about 60 degrees. To get it from 60 to mash, say 170, somewhere in there, it can take an hour, and that's for 7 gallons of water. For a 5-gallon batch, brew in a bag, I start with 7 because I lose a gallon on the boil here in Colorado, and I lose about a gallon when I pull the grain, when I pull the bag, which is mash out. So what I do is I put 7 gallons of water in here. I set the timer for about an hour and 10 minutes. That's roughly how long it takes me to get there, because I'm starting at 60 or a little less degrees with cold tap water. So I set the timer and I walk away. Today I'm in the shop and I'm going to cook a brew in a bag batch here in the shop, which you can't cook inside, obviously, with propane. So that's one big advantage. You can cook inside. In the winter, this thing's going down in my basement, and I'm going to cook there. I'm going to brew there. 2, you're never going to run out of propane. You know, as long as you're paying your electricity bill, you're never going to run out. You don't have to. It's one less thing to think about when you're getting ready for the brew day. Do I have a full tank of propane? 3, it's less expensive, I think, than propane. You know, especially if you've had, figure in the time to go get the propane, cost of the propane, having to cook outside, having to brew outside in the winter. Pain in the butt. So, anyway, 1800 watts. Once you get to mash and you go to mash, it's nice in the brew in the bag. If I lose a little temperature, I just goose it, turn it on for a few seconds, and bring the temperature back up. And then from mash temperature up to boil, here at altitude, we're a mile high, it takes me right around 10 minutes to bring on the full boil. And it gets a rockin' full boil. When I get to boil, I always drop it back to 1200 watts, and it still maintains the boil very nicely, very rigorous. So I think that 10-minute wait is fine. As far as the wait to get up to mash temperature, you got an hour, a little more. Go mill your grain, start your yeast, play 9 holes. You got a lot of options. The fact that you can walk away from this, you can get up first thing in the morning, turn it on, set the timer, and walk away. Go eat breakfast, do whatever. You got plenty of time. So there it is. It's our new 1800 watt induction heater, all stainless, heavy duty. Any questions, look us up, HighlanderBrewingSupply.com. Thanks very much.